welcome back to the Dark Moon Podcast. I'm Kate Sylvanus, and I'm going to be your host today. And this podcast explores the intricate connections between our body's most fascinating neural pathways. And we're going to talk today about a really remarkable topic. Now, it's quite complicated, and I'm going to sort of work my way around it to make it simple, right? Because it can directly influence one of our body's most important communication highways, right? The vagus nerve. Now, don't get frightened of the big words. We're going to start with the basics question. What is it? All right. So the vagus nerve, often called the body's superhighway of information. The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in our body, and it's like a massive communication cable that connects your brain to every other major organ system. Okay. So we're talking about the central core computing system of the body. And it runs down your brainstem, through your neck, chest, and down into your tummy. Right. Now, I want to look at sound and how sound affects this central computer. Right. Now, I'm not going to make it complicated, all right? I can hardly say the complicated words. So if you are interested in affecting your body in a positive manner, just listen, okay? Sound isn't just something we hear. It's a physical phenomenon that can actually trigger real, measurable changes in our body through this incredible nerve, right? I got really excited when I heard this. We love music, right? A lot of us listen to music when times are shit, and we tune into the music and we settle down. Our old favorite familiar, we have, yes, NLP anchoring into our old music that makes us soft, calms us down, gives us energy, all of that stuff. So it's a physical phenomenon, right? And it can trigger real changes. So recent research has shown that the specific nerve sound frequencies can stimulate this vagus nerve in ways that impact our nervous system. Okay. Sounds are not just coming into our ears, they're potentially changing how our bodies manage stress, inflammation, and even emotional regulation. Right, I'm all for that. Let's break down some of the science, because really, okay, I'm going to be very quick on this, I promise. Low frequency sounds, particularly those around 20 hertz, have been found to activate the vagus nerve parasympathetic response. This is the part of our nervous system responsible for rest and digest, essentially helping us to calm down, just to return to a state of balance. And this has fascinated me, and it's how they've explored how certain sound therapies can actually help manage conditions like depression, anxiety, and even some inflammatory disorders. We're talking about sound as a potential therapeutic tool, not just as a form of entertainment, but as a method of healing. Right. Anything that can calm me down, anything that can sort my body out, anxiety, panic attacks, all of that, I'm interested in, right? So this is a form that is outside Big Pharma, which I like, that form of healing. One of the most compelling areas of research involve the vagus nerve stimulation through sound. Practices like certain types of chanting. Right, the Buddhist monks, if you've ever sat and had Buddhist monks chant at you, I remember saying that I felt like I was full of holes. They had just knocked all the shit out of me, basically. And I sat through a 2-hour thing of them chanting. And they hit levels of notes and sounds. So chanting, specific musical frequencies, and even some meditation techniques. One of the things that came out recently is, well, to me recently, was the Gateway from the CIA Gateway meditations. And I've listened to a few of those, and they suggest humming while meditating. Now, I have trouble sometimes with this, but I just try and make a noise. And there is definitely effect going on. So it's not just a form of entertainment. this is actually something that can really go through all the cellular levels. Practices like, there we go, some meditation have been shown remarkable ability to hit this nerve. For example, humming, simply humming, can directly stimulate the vagus nerve. Now, I've tried this, and I was quite impressed. Okay, so the vibrations create a gentle massage-like effect on the nerve, potentially helping to reduce stress and promote relaxation. Sound-based internal massage you do to yourself for your nervous system. Right, so try it. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Give it a go. It's not bad of relaxation. The vagus nerve plays a crucial part in our body's inflammatory response. Sound frequencies that stimulate this nerve can potentially help reduce systematic inflammation, a root cause of many chronic health conditions. Now, I know you might be thinking, hey, it's too good to be true. It's too easy. And while the research is promising, it's still an emerging field. Scientists are just beginning to understand the full potential of how the sound can interact with our nervous system. Okay, try it. If it works for you, it's great. One of the things that doesn't work for me is things like EFT and tapping. I've tried it. I don't get much of a response to it. Right? Maybe EFT works for you, emotional freedom technique. But the sound thing, because I have been programmed all these years to listen to music and relax, actually humming is part of that. I don't find it easy, but I'm learning. So try out the humming exercise. Explore specific sound meditation techniques. If you go on to YouTube or Spotify itself has a whole bunch of binaural beats at different frequencies. And yes, some really don't work at all, but others, well, they help you get to sleep if nothing else. Listen to low-frequency sound recordings designed to stimulate the vagus nerve. Pay attention to how different sounds make you feel physically and emotionally. Where's your triggers? How are you triggered? Are you triggered happy? Are you triggered sad? It isn't a replacement for medical treatment, but rather a complementary approach. So in other words, see a doctor if you've got problems, more than that. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of the human body, the connection between sound and our nervous system remains one of the most exciting frontiers of medical research. I went into it a little deeper. There are caves scattered around the world where if you make one noise, the echo goes right the way round and hits you back. And they were saying that these were healing chambers, and they've tried it. The old 8-inch healing things. And people have tried it in these chambers and have come back with miracle cures. And even if it was all sort of psychological, like a placebo effect, humming while meditating, just that little step. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. If you just hit that subscribe button, I'd be really appreciative. Love you lots. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.